Hey guys, Todd here. Today we're going to install the TruXedo Sentry CT on this 2022 Toyota Tundra. The tools we'll be using for this installation are a ratchet with a 9/16 and 1/2 inch socket. Now make sure you're subscribed to our channel to stay up to date with our latest content. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so here's our bulkhead seal. We're going to attach it to the top of our bulkhead all the way back on the back side of the bulkhead just before it drops down into the bed of the truck. We're going to go from the driver's side all the way to the passenger side and cut it in place. Now, let me show you the orientation of the bulkhead seal. You're going to notice you've got like a little L that sticks up right there. That's going to face towards the inside of the bed of the truck. So what we're going to do is peel off a little bit of the adhesive protector and set this in place. And we're just going to go ahead and work it from one side to the other. All right, now back up here at the bulkhead, we're on the passenger side. Here's our bed cap. If you notice, we've got a little indentation on the top of the bulkhead. What we're gonna do is we're going to apply a foam block seal kind of up into this area here. Now, it's got adhesive on this side, so the best way to get that in there is go ahead and we're gonna pop loose the edge of the bed cap. That's just kind of held in with clips, so just gently pry up on that. Then we're gonna go ahead and peel off the adhesive protector. Now I've already cleaned off this area right here with some rubbing alcohol where the adhesive is going to contact. So I'm just going to reach up in here and set that block seal in place like so. Get good contact to the bed of the truck. And I'm also going to push in on that block seal and allow the bed cap to come back down so it kind of traps that block seal in place. Next, let's go ahead and set the rail in place. Okay, I've already got both of our factory tie-down cleats loosened up. I'm going to go ahead and pull those out of the deck rail and set them to the side for right now. We can go ahead and pull out the plug on the end of the deck rail system. Just push on the tab and it pops right out. Next, I'm going to take my 3 clamp assemblies and slide it into the deck rail system. Take one all the way up to the front, one in the middle, and one all the way back. Now we can go ahead and reinsert the plug. And go ahead and put your deck rail cleats back in between our clamps. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and attach our passenger side rail. We want to do this with the tailgate closed. Now on the passenger side rail, we'll notice the Velcro faces towards the top and the shelf right here faces to the inside of the bed. What we're going to want to do is raise this up, get it up against the bed cap, then slide the rail forward. Make sure that that front foam block gets kind of compressed forward toward our bulkhead. That way we can lower the back side of the rail to where our seal goes between the tailgate and the rail. Once we've got that in place, we can kind of let it go. That foam block is going to expand and push it backwards and set the rail where it needs to be in the bed of the truck. Now we can go ahead and set our clamps. First thing I want to do is want to point out the shape of the clamp. Now the bottom notches on the clamp are going to line up to the deck rail system, and the top notches on the clamp are going to line up to the grooves in the rail. So what we're going to do is raise the clamp up to where it's holding on to the deck rail system, and then go ahead and push the rail down to where it seats against the top of the bed cap. With it in this position here, go ahead and tighten down the clamp by hand first, and then we can go ahead and snug it up with a 1/2 inch wrench or ratchet. As you do that, make sure the rail stays nice and level. Repeat the same for the other 2 clamps. All right, now we're going to go ahead and set our cover on top of our rails. And this is the part that's going to fold forward to attach to our side rails. Now before we attach it to our side rails, I want to point out we've got a channel running in our header bar. And what we need to do is we need to install 2 bolts into that channel. The way we're going to do that is we're going to push out on our end cap on one side of the rail, and we're going to take 2 bolts and slide it into that rail. Once we got 2 bolts inside the channel, we can go ahead and close that back down. We're going to keep 1 bolt on the driver's side and slide the other bolt to the passenger side. Now we're going to adjust the cover to where these bolts drop down into our side rails. All right, let's go ahead and go below and attach them. Okay, now here is where our bolt is coming down from the cover through the rail. What we're going to do is take one of our spacer washers, slide it up on top of the bolt along with the provided nylock nut, and get that threaded on. Then we're going to tighten that down with a 9/16. Do not over tighten it though. Repeat the same on the opposite side. Well, we tested the operation of the cover, and that concludes the installation. If you found this video helpful, make sure and give us a thumbs up. If you want to know more about the product, check the link in the description below, and as always, if you have any questions, call the experts or visit us online at RealTruck.com.